Happy Father's Day, everybody. If you do that and where you live, sure, if maybe not today, but some other day. We've reconfigured again, so let me know whether everything's coming through audio and video wise. Is there an echo on my voice? Let me know. All right, 1 second. Oh, too loud, too loud. How's that? Nope, that's still weird. All right, we'll figure out the mic doubling is happening here somewhere. No, you guys chill with the music. I'm gonna fiddle with it. Are you talking about echo, like a heavy echo, or there's like a doubling effect? No doubling there, huh? All right. I'm not hearing any doubling on my end either, so. If you're getting an echo, Audrey, do you have it open in 2 channels? 2 windows? I don't know. Okay. You test it and let me know. Trying a bunch of new things today, so there may be some technical difficulties, but there we go. Try to get the poly aftertouch working right on the push, talking to various bits. That's working. All right, let's kill this test stuff. I had some test patterns running here. All right, so happy Father's Day. What's going on? So today we're going into, how to describe it. We're in F? Yeah, we're in F Lydian, which for me is like fairies and fantasy and all that stuff. So somewhere in the cosmic zone, somewhere in there. I don't want to get too woo-woo. F. Lydian is Zelda. It's also what? The soundtrack, the theme song from The Simpsons, and a couple other things. All right. So let's go over some sounds here before I start building some stuff in here. What's new, actually? Sure. I pulled the Minimoog out. So, and you know what? That's what we should do. We should tune it. It's been warming up for a couple hours. That sounds okay. So one of the things that I'm doing today, I'm going to go over through these sounds real quick, is I'm layering stuff that normally I wouldn't layer. So I'm layering the Minimoog with the Korg wave state. So as the Minimoog sort of levels out, the wave state comes up. Since we're going for this F. Lydian sort of fantasy place. Anyway, so Minimoog, if I'm playing it manually, it's not going to do the layers. But I can then alternate. Let's see. Let's find a little thing here. So I can do my bass lines with my left hand on the push. Neighbor's son is practicing his drumming, Wookie. Gotta support the arts, man. So that's what's going on there. So we've got the mod wave here. And that's doing this sort of throbbing, arpeggiated bass with satellite noises in the background. So let's see who's here today. Garen, Wookie, Audrey, my case, Quasar, Helical Coil, Steve, let's see, Quattrobagina, Tracy, nice, Animotion, hey, Eric, Morial, who's past the scroll back buffer that I missed. Garen, Dr. Cynthio, yo. All right, cool. If I missed anybody, sorry. So we're going to do mystical F. Lydian stuff today. So the third wave is doing these swells that run with a huge release. So hands off. That's the sort of thing I can fire that off and then go back to doing other things, right? So we can be like, so that's there. We've got our Hydrosynth. A little horn lead with way too much reverb. The poly aftertouch is bringing in the little Vangelis sort of vibrato there. No, never too much reverb. You know, sometimes there's too much reverb. There is sometimes. Come on. Let's see. We've got the Nord A1 is doing a sort of a synth arpeggiation thing today. Sort of Jean-Michel Jarre kind of. I know you were joking. We're going to be in 6 today. All right, and we've got the bass. Not going to worry about that right now. And what else? A couple software synths. So a soft ARP. Sometimes the simplest timbres, just a sine, a little delay, a little reverb on there. Right, that just works. And then we've got excuse me. Oof. There's lunch. So I just came back from lunch with my father and my son. Father's Day lunch. And I invested a couple months back in a library for Omnisphere that is entirely based on sampled nylon guitar. Like as opposite of synth as you can get, but organic, you know? And I just like the juxtaposition of that organic sound on top of, you know, mixed in with the synth stuff. So we're going to play with that today a little bit. All right. So, what am I missing? Are you using the Hydrosynth's built-in reverb? I am not using the Hydrosynth's built-in reverb. I am. So let's see if this is here. If I can bring this over. If you can see that there's a hybrid reverb hiding under the Minimoog there. I'm using the hybrid reverb because I like a certain amount of consistency, I guess you could say. You can get consistent results, but it's simpler for me to turn off the reverb and then just run everything through the same sort of family of reverbs that I like. And the Ableton Hybrid is a good one. Anyway, so that's where I'm at. Yeah, just came back from lunch with my father, whose birthday is coming up. He'll be 81. And my son. And so we went out and had a bite to eat. And we talked about art, among other things. My son recently got into this YouTube channel called Philosophy Tube. It's been around for a long time. Big channel. And he watched a video on it about art and how we interpret it and whether you can interpret art wrong. It's an interesting. I went and watched. He sent me the link. I watched the video too. It's not inflammatory or anything, but we were discussing it, right? And it was pretty entertaining, but nothing earth-shattering, and we didn't come to any. So we're all. So my son is a art consumer for the most part. He's creative, but he doesn't do anything that he would call art. My father was a songwriter and a musician. I make music in my spare time, and so we had a nice discussion around, intention, right? Can you interpret art better or worse if you knew what the artist's intention was? Does the artist's intention matter? And that sort of things. And we came to no, conclusions. We just arrived at a point where Ford's like, I know what I like. Some art I like, some art I don't. And I'm like, same with me, same with my father. And from my dad's and my perspective of creating art, we're like, do you have intention? Generally, yes, but intention sort of evolves over the course of the thing. And do I care whether my audience knows what my intention is? Sometimes, yes. I'll do a story, right? And there'll be music with it. But sometimes, not so much. And honestly, it really doesn't matter, I think. So, how many soft synths and hardware synths today, Tracy? Today we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 hardware synths and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 software synths. So, anyway, so that was our sort of, our artistic ruminating while we were ruminating on burgers and salad, things like that. So beauty lies in the eye of the beholder. That is very true. All right, so let's make a little music here. Let's start with the strings. Let's turn on my metronome so I can hear what the hell's going on. Tracy. Well, it just, synths accrue over time. That will just happen. All synths expand to fill all available space, right? So over time, they'll fill the space, and then you'll need more space, right? Or you reach a equilibrium where a synth goes out and another synth goes in, right? A friend of mine did an little private unboxing video of his, he got an Op 6 for Father's Day. So that came through. I'm sure he's there. Task Boy is working on his Op 6, trying to fit it into his relatively constrained studio space. So good luck, sir. Right? Nice. 6 hardware synths run 200 plus software synths wiki. That's good. Joe Johnson says, still in the box. Joe, what are you doing here? Go unpack your Op 6. Anyway, all right, let's make a little noise. Undo. All right, let's tweak that just a little bit. There we go. Well, let's get a little bass going on under that. Switch to leads. put a different little progression in here. I like that Lydian progression. 1, 2, 3, 4. Love it. Whoops. The Explorer theme. Steve, you'll have to give me more details on that. This is Lydian, yep. See how long the Minimoog stays in tune. You have to forgive me, I am learning the Push 3's poly aftertouch curve. My muscle memory doesn't have it yet. Oh, nice. I thought you were referencing, Steve, some like book or movie or something. Am I inadvertently mentally lifting someone else's soundtrack, which I usually am? So that's fine. I was like, let's see if the Rick bass fits over this. It may not. Nah, that doesn't quite work. Let's change this back. We'll make the bass part just drone. Change the strings up a little bit. It sounds pretty close to like strings, bowed strings, but this is really not a sample. It's coming right out of the Nord, the lead A1. Whoop. I've got a pattern floating around somewhere that I thought I deleted, but I didn't. Ah. See here, what do we want to do? There we go. That's what we'll do. Whoops. All right. Let's play with the Minimoog. I actually have to play really quietly, otherwise the mic picks it up and then ducks everything. I'm going to turn the mic off for a second so I can bang on this for a second. Hang on. Right, some arbitrary glide. All right, that's enough of that noise for a bit. So, let's see. What else has popped in? Okay. Just your imagination, Steve. Okay, cool. I could totally have been stealing that from somewhere, right? All my sense memories. Let's put something else in here. Let's play with this other soft harp. This is something I'm going to want to put a kick on this. So give me a sec. Let's see. Let's put a little pattern down here. Let's clean out the old patterns. Is that everything? No. All right. You go away. There we go. I need to do an arbitrary length pattern. Stop recording. Today is not very well rehearsed because I was busy. I was out doing Father's Day stuff. That's right. Play with the bass, the Rick bass on this. Let's do this. Let's turn on the arpeggiator. Actually, I can do that from here. You know, we map all these macros, we might as well use them, right? See, what do we want to do this? A third up. I left the Minimoog in a place where it's not happy. Hang on a second. Let's put that kick in I was talking about. follow the chord progression. Really simple. This is a classic example of making a loop that you build up and you build up and build up, and then I'm be like, okay, how do I turn this into a track? That's like the classic thing that people struggle with, right? I'll try and actually do something with this one. We'll save it. We won't delete it. Hang on a second. I've actually got a synth set up wrong. I'm going to set my headphones down. I'll be right back. Hang on. I have to go change something on a synth. That should matter now. Let's see. Problem with the loop is I don't have global transposition set up today, so I can't take it anywhere. So let's bring some stuff out. I think I've got a hung synth. But playing the note again cleared it. All right. So let's see. Let's put a little pattern on here again. We'll let that keep running. All right. So. Yeah, you like the Moog glide? Always fun. Always fun. Glide is super, super entertaining. See you, Steve. Have fun, man. Let's see. You've been looking and listening at a lot of Vital on YouTube, Audrey? Yep. I had a... Vital is from Kilohertz? No. Vital. No, Vital is just Vital. It was the subscription base, though, right? I subscribed to it for a while. It was good. I just... I pared down my subscriptions over time, right? So, I don't know. Let's see. What else is going on? So what's happening for the rest of the weekend? My mother-in-law is here. She's been here all week. Arrived last Monday. My wife's mother, obviously. Good to see her. It's always nice to have her visit. She'll be leaving tomorrow. So this evening is like packing and final meal. I think we're going to have Chinese. She has gluten intolerance, so no wheat. Here's a question for you. For people who are gluten sensitive or gluten can't do gluten, wheat is one of the main ingredients in soy, right? So soy sauce is like soybeans, wheat, and whatever fermented. So does the fermentation process kill the gluten, right? So there's a question. Bye, Anna. Thank you. So that's a question, right? Come to the channel. We'll talk about synths and listen to music and ask, dietary questions. So there's a question. Because I know a lot of people who are lactose intolerant, avoid cheese and other dairy. But certain aged cheeses won't trigger lactose intolerance in some people because it's aged and the fermentation and sort of bacterial breakdown kills the lactose or whatever. Is that same true for gluten and fermentation of soy? I don't know. It does not kill the gluten, says Garen. Okay, well, so we're going to have, she requested Chinese for dinner, but we got to find some Chinese where they're not using soy. So, which is like, I think that's maybe impossible. So, I don't know, have a plate of steamed rice, Mom. So, soy sauce has very little gluten in, right? So now she's not going to fall over and die. She's going to have tummy trouble. So I don't know. We could test it. So half God, half beast. Hey, man. No, it's good, man. You missed some of it. You have to rewind for the more entertaining musical bits. So that's okay. Soy is fine. Soy sauce is not. Yeah, soy sauce is like wheat and soy, and then they ferment it and all that good stuff. So I don't know. I love it. As a kid, I used to drink soy sauce directly from the bottle. It probably explains a lot of problems. So, all right. Let's see. Let's try layering a different. Let's go back to our strings. We'll drop it an octave. So I have a couple Nord synths. Nord when you buy a Nord, one thing you get for free is all the Nord sample libraries and any expansions that they add over time, and they've added a lot. And over a couple weeks ago, Nord announced the Spitfire string quintet library, which I have grabbed and was listening to. I haven't used yet. But remind me, is Spitfire Audio persona non grata? I'm trying to remember. One of the sample library companies got canceled because of their behavior or something like that. Was that Spitfire or was that somebody else? Because the sample library is really nice. And I might use it anyway. Hey, Davi. Hey, Andy. We're not fading out. We're going to cut off. We don't fade. Let's do a longer pattern length. Let's do 8 bars. I screwed that up. Let's try that again. Let's try it even lower. That's muddy. Let's put that kick back in, just so that there's a heartbeat. I don't know. I'm not sure what the state of the world is for those sample libraries, but the new Spitfire library in for Nord is really good, and you guys are going to hear it in a couple weeks. But that's almost random. And I just want it for flavor, for texture, really. Because what we're going to do is we're going to drop this over top. So, it's an Ableton cheaty sort of thing. Let's see. It's not cheating. I'm going to delete that pattern, and I'm going to duplicate this pattern to there. Bringing up an octave. There we go. Doing a quick little edit here. So my arpeggiator falls when I want it to. Play a little lead over this. thanks, Andy. This is a Hydrosynth. And then I'll play it again. Give it a sharper attack. And some glide. Too much. That's the danger I run into. If I've got a synth under hand that I can tweak while I'm playing it, I will tweak. But then when I let go of it and do something else, when I go back to it, I've forgotten what I tweaked. And if it doesn't have presets, if it's got a preset, you can hit refresh and reload the preset and sort of reset the synth back to its known state. Not so much on the Minimoog, right? So it's like it says, hey man, if you abandon me, I'm going to be exactly like this when you come back, right? So you end up in these weird places, right, where the glide's all the way up and the filter's more open than you think it is and the envelopes are all screwed up. The bread's done cooking. gotta go take it out of the oven. It's gotta cool though. Never cut a loaf of bread freshly from the oven. It has to cool. If you cut it immediately, bad things happen to the texture of that bread. I'm winding down here. This is the only fade you're going to get, Andy. All right. If you cut fresh bread immediately, it gets eaten immediately. That is very true, Scar. That is also true. Because you want it to be hot enough to melt that butter, right? So, hey, Wabbit. Let's see who else. Enzo, I don't know. People, if you popped in and I'm just noticing, I'm sorry. Nick Flawless. Hey, man. Offer limited. No time for me to get here anymore. Got to go back to studio. Have fun. Okay. See you, dude. Let's see. Biscuit, good to see you. Well, so that was fun. Happy Father's Day, everybody. This was very rushed. I tried to set everything up, and then I ran off to do Father's Day with my father and my son, and then and basically came back here, turned everything on. I'm like, quick, tune things, But it is what it is. So I had fun. We were futzing around in F Lydian, mixing together a bunch of stuff, analog and digital, and generally, what were the? There was a movie reference I wanted to throw out there from earlier. Ooh. Oh well, it's gone. What is it? What's big in my house right now is the Bridgertons. The Bridgertons is what's really, really big. Season 3 of that period romance, which does a really interesting thing with music. If you have Netflix, I think it's on Netflix, watch the Bridgertons. And just if you're not interested in it, that's fine. But fast forward through any scene till you see a ballroom. There's every season has multiple episodes that have a ballroom scene where people are dancing. Fast forward to there and just listen, because they're using contemporary music doing Baroque arrangements of them. And it's like Taylor Swift. It's really cool. So check it out if you're into that. Me being a former film composer nerd, in the small, I wasn't, I did a couple films. It's really fascinating to hear it. And then we played Name That Tune. It's like, what is that? What is this arrangement? Is that a Taylor Swift tune? What was that? It's really cool. It's on Netflix. Cool. Anyway, so I am going to close it on down. Let's see. Christian made some inflammatory transfer. Oh, you're talking about Spitfire. Okay. Then he announced he would leave. So the guy everyone was canceling left the company. All right. Well, so Nord's got a Spitfire audio collab library out, and it sounds amazing. So I'm going to probably use it. Helical Coil. See you, man. If you're already gone. Let's see. It's on Netflix. Luke is also on Netflix. Sort of. Let's not even get into the monstrosity that is the current state of the Star Wars franchise. Well, anyway, he didn't actually leave. Oh, he's still there? That's one of those Behringer moments, right? It's like, wow, this is a really good sample library, and it's free for me. Anyway, I don't know. We'll figure it out. Davi, thanks very much. Everyone, have fun. I am going to sign us off. Thanks for showing up. I do appreciate it. And as usual, I will shut it down in the most non-elegant way possible. I will simply end the stream. So thanks. I'll see you all in the Discord and or in the comments and or on your own streams and or anywhere else. So have fun. Bye.